Live. Um, just refresh things. I don't normally do many live streams, guys. So it's on YouTube. On YouTube, a little bit lacking, but as I do more and more of this, I am sure I will get better and better at it. This YouTube takes a long time for it to appear on my side of the screen in terms of the live stream, so I'm not sure. I don't want to be talking about the subject without even attending it. But I can see I'm live. Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve back with some latest Manchester United news and transfer news. We got few things to talk about here, right? We've got Mauricio Pochettino, I pronounced that name wrong. David Alaba, there's some rumors going around. David Alaba, Ryan Giggs, as well as a youngster that United are looking to sign, a prospect that we are looking to sign. First of all, thank you so much for everyone that's joining in so far. It is a live stream. I don't normally do footballing live stream, as you guys know. I do a lot of pre-recorded stuff, but obviously, I just want to kind of do these things on a regular basis going forward around 12ish midday. That's when I kind of um take my break from work, you can say. We got an hour lunch break, so about 20-30 minutes video discussing things. And you know, for those who are joining in, smash the like button, guys. It does go a long way, and I'll get your thoughts in. Big shout out to YSM and Tim Takage. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. Hope you are well. But lots to cover around Mauricio Pochettino. So, for those of you who has been watching Sky Sports yesterday, you guys will know that Pochettino was in the Sky Sports studio yesterday. There was loads of you can say loads of suggestions going around that Pochettino could be a potential Manchester United manager. He was supposed to be the Manchester United manager. It was strongly linked at the time when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in an interim manager. And he obviously lost the job at Spurs, and he's been taking a year off, you can say. So I've watched the Sky Sports in full today, and he's had a lot of things to talk about. He talked about the Champions League final, how he, the Kane decision, how he doesn't regret anything in the Champions League final. He talked about team building, and we'll kind of discuss what he has talked about. And he also gave away a massive hint. For those of you following me on Instagram, I did pull up the quote there. The thumbnail that you see is his direct quote. But anyway, Pochettino, let me just talk about it. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So he talked about the structure of the club, how he kind of approaches the club and the structure. And he said that you need to create a line from the top, which obviously in regards to the potential director of football. Be strong in your principle, in the way you're going to develop, in the way you're going to lead for the thing happening in the way that you want. He went on to say that was amazing to have this possibility to feel free to create something special at Tottenham. That was amazing. Change is always painful. It's really painful when you arrive at a new club. You have to make changes. If you arrive at the beginning, easier. If you arrive in the middle, the same. You need to start to build. That is why it's so important to create a big platform, and that is what we really need to believe. He went on to say, this stupid Mirror article, the coaching staff is to create a platform where the player can feel comfortable and improve is so important. Obviously, he was backed by Southampton and Tottenham Chiefs in his vision on building the club. But he went on to say Tottenham was a team with 33 players. It was a team that was trying to create an identity, or maybe to change the period until there. And that is why they find a young coaching staff and to train and develop a different approach to the games. In the same way, the way that I'm talking highly about Nicola Cortese and the club Southampton, Tottenham was an amazing journey. 5 years we really enjoyed from day one. Again, in that case, Joe Lewis, the owner, Daniel Levi, and all the board and staff that helped us from day one. So he talked about how he went in and talked about the structure of the club, how it's important to kind of build from the top down, how it's important to have young coaches, how it's important to have coaches that will make players feel comfortable and potentially add value to the rumors or whatever you want to call it. Now, for me, as you guys know, I have my reasons for being Oli out, right? But I don't feel. I think Oli's the manager before the manager. I don't think Oli should have gotten the job. He never should have gotten the job. He had a fantastic run as an interim manager, and then he got the job. I think there was no plan to give him the job. Then we've seen a bit of a slump, and there are certain problems and mistakes that is happening over and over again. We see with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's been almost 2 years. He still doesn't know his best 11. He still doesn't know his best formation. He still persists with playing with players that are out of positions that doesn't make sense, and due to that, Pochettino has come back in line, especially with the interview that he has had yesterday, or a discussion he has had yesterday at Sky Sports, and he talked about Pochettino talked about he cannot wait to come back to football, or on those lines. He's ready to make a comeback. His hair is gone longer. The day that he starts football, he's gonna cut the hair off and get ready to follow. Look, Pochettino, is he as good as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in terms of his stature? Yes. I mean, he's bigger than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's got more experience. Would he win us major trophies? No, but he has a better chance to win something big for us than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, I feel Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the man before the man. And Pochettino has a history of recruiting players and developing players and spending cheap. We've seen that with Harry Kane, we've seen that with Dele Alli, Son, just to name a few. And he's the perfect manager for, you can say, the Glazers. The Glazers family would love to have someone like him who doesn't want to spend that much, who knows how to develop players. Look, Pochettino is not the best of managers, but it's not the worst either. Where do I stand with Pochettino coming in at United? At this moment, 1 point from 5-6 games. Well, at home we were a disaster. Let's not even talk about it. We couldn't even get to double digits, right? Let alone, I don't even talk about our home form, but at home we were an absolute disaster. And I think the next couple of games, especially the game against Everton, will be so important. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to be more ruthless with his selection. Needs to be more ruthless with players. I don't feel Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has the respect of the players. I don't feel that way. What can Mauricio Pochettino come in and change? Well, his experience in playing while managing a top club versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is much higher. He's got an knowledge around coaching staff. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of surrounded himself with ex-players that he knew about, or ex-friends and managers. Mike Phelan, Quinton Fortune, still persisting on Michael Carrick, just to name a few. Obviously, Nicky Butt is in there as well. And yes, Pochettino is stubborn. He doesn't make changes as well. He doesn't play the best of football. But I think Ole is more, how I see it with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is, he's been the person to stable the ship after what Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal did. He stabled the ship. He's built a better squad than what we had. But I think that's as far as he can go. We've seen it in this season so far. We haven't won, what was it, 3 or 4 games at home we played. We lost all, we haven't won at all. Some of them are disaster losses. And you go back to the back end of last season at home, 2 games as well, we drew. So it is a bit of a concern. It's absolutely a concern. Pochettino was right at the end asked, they were talking about his attire, that why is he not wearing black, or what type of attire is he going to wear. And he turned around and let me just get the quote out for you guys. It's actually my thumbnail. I can't remember what I wrote, but he turned around and said, it might be a team in red. Now the only team in red that is in need of, or the manager is in danger, is not Liverpool. It's Manchester United. And that was very cheeky of him to say that. Whether there was something happening behind the scenes, we do not know. But I have a feeling that something is happening behind the scenes. I think Ed Woodward will pull the trigger very soon. I think the game against Everton is huge game. And Everton away is a tough game. Our away record is good because we set up like a counter-attacking team. And that's concerning as well. That's the only sort of formation that we seem to be competent at, good at. And playing against the bigger teams or against Europe, we employ that formation, fast pressure counter-attacking team. But to break down teams is where we're struggling, and we have been struggling on that. The minute we have to go onto the front foot from match point 1 or first minute is when we struggle. we have been set up like a counter-attacking team, unfortunately, and it doesn't work with all the teams at all times. Just gonna go through some of the comments. How's work going? Work is very, very tiring. So I started at 6 a.m. today, and I'm still I work from home. So normally around 12 o'clock I take my break, and we're gonna be at home for a very long time. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna sneak in during my break time some Man United news rather than doing a pre-recorded show. Kind of interact with a lot of you guys out there as well. Footy Live, a big shout out to Footy Live, always keeping us in a Twitter updated around loads of transfer juicy bits. Really appreciate your work, buddy. He says Pochettino rumors will intensify over the coming months. I've always been told the Premier League is the only league for him, and I agree with you. I don't think Pochettino is suited for any other league. I think he wants to return to the Premier League. And talking about that in his interview, he talked about how happy he was with his family, his dog, etc., to be in England, and how he loves it here. I don't think he's gonna go. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. We'll really appreciate going the long way. But have your say later on, guys. This is the latest news around Mauricio Pochettino potential move to Manchester United. Talking about moves, we got bits around David Alaba. So David Alaba's contract is running out in the summer, and Bayern Munich has offered a contract to him, and they're giving him a deadline to by the end of October. So I'll read out what's been called. We have a new situation since this weekend. We submitted to David and his advisor some time ago that what we think was a very good offer. During the last meeting, we had said he wanted clarity by the end of October. We did not hear anything until yesterday, and we contacted his advisor. They go on to say the answer was that the offer was still unsatisfactory and we should think about it again. We then decided to take the offer completely off the table. This means there is no longer an offer. So David Alaba has been offered a contract at Bayern Munich to extend his contract. He's 28 years of age. He wants a lot of money from loads of reports coming out. He wants big wages. Bayern Munich are not willing to give him that. They did offer a contract, but his advisor himself was not happy with it. So they kind of ignored it and denied it, and the contract's been withdrawn. Now, Manchester United, clubs such as Manchester United, Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus have been linked with David Alaba. And in regards to Manchester United, for me, I will take David Alaba, right? He is a winner. He's at a peak of his powers. He's still 28. He can play on a left back position. He's highly experienced. He can play central defensive position as well on the left side as well. He's got a bit of pace, power in him as well. He's decent in the air. He's got very good passing range as well for a centre back. If Oli is trying to employ a playing from the back style, which we are, then he is good. He is left-footed as well. In terms of our central defensive centre back options at Manchester United, it is very light. We know that very well. Outside of Harry Maguire and Lindelof, Bailly is always injured. Rojo is out of favour. Jones is out of favour. Smalling has left the club. Tuanzebe, after the PSG game, he went missing. I think he's only going to come back when we play PSG at home. So it just needs an out of form, which we have seen with Harry Maguire, or an injury to Lindelof or Harry Maguire for our defenses to be absolute shambles. It does need addressing, I believe. And if we can poach, say, David Alaba on a pre-contract or a free signing or a substantially cut fee, just like how we did with Alex Telles in January, I'm all for it. I'm a fan of David Alaba. I think he will do well at United, but it depends on the wages, right? The last thing we want is a player coming in and demanding a wage like 300-400k and becoming another case of Alexis Sanchez. We do not know in the background what's happening, but it does look like slowly David Alaba has his mindset move away from Bayern. We'll see. We'll keep that on development. We're only a couple of months away from the January transfer window anyway. In another bit of Manchester United news, there has been a lot of report coming out, which has been now confirmed, that Ryan Giggs has been arrested on suspicion on violent conduct towards his girlfriend. These are started off as reports, but now has been confirmed. Look, Ryan Giggs has a history, of doing other things as well. Let's not get down there. And my my sort of belief is that it should be innocent until proven guilty, right? So Ryan Giggs has and his advisors are going to challenge that. So we're going to see over the next couple of days or weeks. It can go for a long time as to what the situation is, if there is any truth in that, because these days anyone can accuse anyone of anything and everything goes to shit. That's how it works. So that's the latest of what's happening on Ryan Giggs' side. I'm sure most of you have read it in the morning. Um, right. Next bit of news is a youngster that Manchester United have been linked with. I'm gonna try to pronounce his name, Isaac Johannesson. So, according to the Daily Mail, Manchester United are in the race for Isaac Bergman Johannesson. I'm gonna call him Isaac. Um, the IFK Norrköping star has attracted the attention of European super clubs such as Liverpool and Juventus. So his profile is that he's 17 years of age. He's a youth product of IA Akranes, the Swedish club, I believe. He made just one senior appearance for Norrköping in 2019, and then he moved, in 2020, which is this year. That's when he actually started to go crazy. You can say he made 27 appearances and has scored four goals and 10 assists. He's only 17 years of age. He seems like a good talent. I have never heard of him. To be frank, I have never heard of him. I've only kind of heard of him just this morning, really. Never really looked at it. It seems like he can play up front and on the right wing position. He is a right-footed player. He is a talent, and it does seem like there are talents that United are looking at. They're trusting their European scouts more, especially being linked with these players. These are rumors, obviously, but we've seen signings out of nowhere, such as Pellistri and Amad Traore, which wouldn't have happened at United, say, last year. So there are things happening in the background. There are players that are being built in the background, and also we've signed youth products over the last 2-3 seasons, who are 15, 16, 17-year-old, kids that is highly respected, good, great prospects, and it does seem like Nikiba and his youth team is kind of building a massive sort of youth profiles and developing them, and that's the way it should be. Yes, you need players for the future, but I also believe that you need players performing on the field. Some of these guys, out of 5-6 players we signed, we can have 2-3 gems that is going to be absolutely brilliant going forward, right? So Isaac Johannesson, latest on him, we'll follow him in more detail over the next couple of days. I will be doing daily live Manchester United shows around this time, UK time, 12 p.m. Just gonna go towards the comment. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. It does really go a long way for the channel, for a small YouTube channel like mine, obviously. Skip says, great show, bro. Skip, I really appreciate you joining in. Thank you so much for the comment. Adam, my guy, long time, bro. Hope you are doing well. How are things going? How's the baby? Well, it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough. It's been 6 weeks with the baby, and a lot of sleepless nights. A lot of cancellations of my gaming streams, etc., etc. But things are going well. We're starting to find a bit of a routine. It's work in progress, just like how Manchester United are at the moment. Another bit of news is obviously some reports are coming out in regards to Dayot Upamecano transfer latest. We all know that United and several other clubs are interested in him. He has come out and pretty much said there has been interest. He didn't name clubs, but we knew that it's credible sources are saying that Dayot Upamecano to Manchester United was a possibility. Now, his release clause of £38 million gets activated next summer, and he is a fantastic defender, absolutely fantastic defender, one for the future, obviously. And if his release clause gets activated next summer, United should be in for him. I think he's going to be a type of defender that we need: strong, powerful, youth, got a pass in him, good tackle off the ball, pacey as well. He has everything in a defender that we need right now. Any world team that will need right now in regards to Dayot Upamecano. Whether he will sign for Manchester United or not next season it remains to be seen, because £38 million or so his release clause, it's gonna attract every single club in world football. If I was Dyer to Upamecano and someone like a Liverpool came in for me versus a Manchester United coming in for me, I'll probably go to Liverpool. Those are facts at the moment, and it could be a case of us missing out on someone like Dyer to Upamecano because we decided to wait on his release clause being lower, but we didn't think ahead in terms of, hang on, there might be other 5, 6 big clubs coming in for the same type of player. That's the latest around, Dyer to Upamecano. Again, guys, some of these news are all newspapers and speculation, as you guys will know, so I'm just reporting on that. But let me know your thoughts, whether you watch it afterwards or, later on or now. Let me know your thoughts in regards to what you think about Mauricio Pochettino. Would you take him at United? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, guys, I'll be back again tomorrow at 12 p.m. with more news and transfer speculation in regards to Manchester United. I want to do this every day at 12 p.m. GMT so that at least I can speak to you, some of you guys live, rather than speak some of you guys on the comment section at times. It'll be nice to kind of interact live just like I do with my gaming live streams. Talking about my gaming, I stream every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday on Twitch at Draco986. Lots of games, Football Manager being the main one. But that's all the latest news so far on midday today in regards to Manchester United. And I'll be in and around the comment section. I hope to do a match preview in regards to the Champions League game we have tomorrow, but depending on the time, I'll try my best to get that up. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and stay farafari. Take care.